All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to explore this really powerful idea from our source material that honestly, it kind of messes with how you see everything. It's about this veil that might be hiding reality right in front of our eyes.
So, let me start by asking you a question. What would be more surprising to you, seeing a person just flying through the air or seeing a child being born? Now, if you saw someone flying, you'd think it was the most incredible miracle you'd ever seen, right? But a baby being born, it's an unbelievably complex event, yet we mostly just say congratulations and move on. The source is asking, is one really less of a miracle, or have we just gotten used to it? And that brings us to the core concept for today, olfet. It's a term our source uses to describe this veil of habit. You know, that process of getting so used to something that the miraculous just starts to feel ordinary. It's the reason we aren't walking around in a constant state of amazement. So let's pull back the curtain on this veil of habit. According to the source, this isn't just some little psychological quirk. It's actually one of the biggest roadblocks to really understanding the world as it is. And this is no small thing. The idea is so central, the source claims that one of the main goals of Scripture is to literally rip this veil away, to kind of shock us back into a state of wonder. Just think about an orange tree. You have this plain, wooden plant that suddenly erupts with flowers and then produces these bright, sweet, perfectly designed fruits. But because we've seen it 1,000 times, that initial shock and awe is just gone. It's just an orange tree. It's normal. Okay, so this leads us to the main argument, which the source presents as a kind of paradox. It's this huge gap between the simple, unconscious things we see as causes and the incredibly intelligent and complex things they produce. Okay, check out this example from the source. It's brilliant. On one side, you've got soil, just dirt. It's tasteless, colorless. It has zero consciousness. And on the other side, you have a banana. It has a specific flavor, a specific color, a perfect nutritional profile. So how does that create this? And this is where the source makes a pretty provocative statement. The argument is, you'd have to be a little bit unconscious yourself to believe that something with so much obvious intention, like a banana, just naturally pops out of something completely unintentional, like dirt. So how does our brain even make that connection? Well, the source says it's basically like we've been conditioned. You see a cow, you get milk. Cow, milk. Cow, milk. Over and over. Until our brain just decides, well, the cow must be the genius chemist that makes the milk. We just connect the two dots we can see. But the source really wants us to stop and think about that. I mean, can an animal that has no idea what it's eating, no idea about its own biology, can it be the conscious designer of a substance so complex that people spend their entire lives studying it in a lab? The logic just doesn't quite hold up, does it? And listen, this isn't just about food. The exact same logic is applied to things like medicine. Does a plant know that it has the chemical compounds to cure an illness? The point the source is making is that behind all these simple, unconscious causes, there must be a conscious, intelligent force making it all happen. Okay, so if we're supposed to tear this veil, how do we actually do it? Well, the source says the answer isn't out there in the cosmos. It's right here, inside us. It gives us this incredible metaphor. Start seeing yourself not just as a body, but as a walking palace. Seriously, think about it. Your body is this incredible structure, this palace, that is being built and rebuilt every single second of every day. But where are all the building materials for this palace even coming from? Well, the physical materials, the elements and minerals, they're gathered from all over the world. The energy you use comes from the sun, 93 million miles away. And the actual atoms that make you up, they were forged inside stars that exploded billions of years ago. The supplies are arriving from every corner of the known universe. But it's not just physical stuff. The source argues this palace is also decorated with these priceless, non-physical gems. Your soul, which it says comes from a realm of spirits, your dreams from a realm of images, and your memory from something it calls the slab of destiny. And the scale, the sheer scale of this palace is just mind-blowing. It's built from something like 100 trillion individual cells. Each one is a tiny living brick in this massive, constantly maintained structure. So here's the kicker. Here is the question the source wants us to ask.
What kind of ruler, what kind of architect has the power to summon all of these different materials from across the planet, from the sun, from distant stars, and even from these other realms, and assemble them all instantly into you?
Now, I know what you might be thinking. If this is all so profound, so overwhelming, and so obvious, why aren't we just floored by it every second of the day? Why don't we see it?
Well, the source has a really surprising answer. It says our blindness isn't because the evidence is weak or hidden. It's the complete opposite. We can't see it because of the sheer intensity of its presence. It's kind of like light, right? A little bit of light in a dark room is perfect. It helps you see everything clearly. But what happens if you stare directly into the sun? That intense, overwhelming light, it just blinds you.
And that's the idea. The evidence of this grand design isn't far off in some distant galaxy. It's right here. It's in every breath you take, every cell in your body. It's so constant, so close, and so overwhelming that it just becomes like background noise. It's so bright that it's blinding.
And ultimately, the argument concludes that this veil of habit, this blindness, is powered by something else. Plain old indifference. It's not that we can't see, it's that we just stop looking. We get more wrapped up in the little things of daily life than in the massive questions about our own existence.
So, we'll end on this thought. The source suggests that you aren't just a random collection of parts. You're a masterpiece. Every atom has a brand on it, and every cell is a signature. So the next time you look in the mirror, past that veil of habit, the question it leaves you with is this: what artist's work do you see?